Well, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Ward. Well, good morning. We're a little somber this morning. The government is in shutdown mode. Lord help. Lord help. If it ain't one thing, it's another. If it ain't one thing, it's another. I'm gonna tell you, you just better know. You better have your hope built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and his righteousness. Because if you really don't have your focus on something other than the human condition, this right here, this right here, it'll mentally take you out. This will mentally take you out. That's where you need to be. I'm going to tell you, you better be able to pray. Pray and trust and believe that the Lord is in control of all of this. Otherwise, this is the kind of stuff that'll wrap you around the axle. It's just so much. It's one thing, it's another, and it can consume you. So you definitely have to have a prayer life. All right. If for those who believe in prayer, you need to have a prayer life. You need to have a prayer life and build your hope on something bigger than this. All righty. Because oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. All righty. Well, good morning. I have not personally. Well, take that back. I was gonna say I haven't traded through a shutdown, but I have. But I've not traded. I traded in a shutdown, a government shutdown, where it was like they were working it through, and it was like shut down for like a day or two. It wasn't like shutdown. And we were dealing with people who really wanted to reach some resolution. I'm not so sure we're dealing with people who want to reach resolution this time. So at this point, we don't really know. I mean, I know that we have pieces of the government that we need to run, and we need to keep running, not just pieces, but all of it. We have pieces. We need our government running. Hello. So I was gonna say I don't know how to trade. I don't know. Not how to trade. I don't know what we would. I haven't traded in the midst of this, but I'm gonna tell you what I tell you every day. And what are those lines? 4 words. Trade what you see. Trade what you see. That's all you can do. Trade what you see. Trade what you see in that price action. Trade what you see in those charts. Trade what you see. Because we can't anticipate. We thought inflation was going to be a big old thing and the market was going to tank. We had all-time high. People said September was the worst month of the year according to seasonality. Chabu. September ran for the hills. It just ran, hopped on a horse and ran, and it had ran all month. We had a little bit of a correction, and it was just that 6,700. We still knocking at the door. SPX could run and hit 6,700 again today. We literally 40, 50, 43 points away from 6,700, right back at all-time high. So you can't really deal with what somebody else said it was gonna do, what it's gonna do, and what it was gonna be. That's why I say boo. What it was gonna be and what it was gonna do. Put that together. What it was gonna boo. You don't really know. At this point, trade what you see. Trade what's in front of you. Trade what's in front of you. Now, one thing that we do on a daily basis is we trade for the day. I will give the guidance that because we can't see so far in the future, and because there's so many unknown variables moving forward, that it may be best to trade as shorter time as you can stand, because everybody's a different type of trader, right? Trade as short a term that you can stand, or trade shares or buy shares, because when you buy an asset, it's yours. You buy shares, you buy stock, that's your stuff. You buy shares of solid companies or companies that you have a really strong belief in, they're yours. Like you go buy some shoes, they're yours till you sell them. You go buy some stock shares, they're yours until you sell them. Options, not so much. Options are yours till they expire, and they're just electronic paper, right? But if you're going to trade options, trade them as short dated as you can manage, right? 'Cause everybody's emotions can't handle 0 DTE. And listen, your girl gets it. Because a 0 DTE yesterday, SPX went bananas, banana yesterday. This right here, this was the end of the day yesterday. Let me put us on a little bit longer time frame so we can see this meteoric rise at the end of the day. Like, where in the heck were we going? Well, given thought about it after the fact, I teach on every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. After it started moving at 1:30 and didn't quit, where are we going? I thought we, maybe hit something and stop. But then thinking back on it, end of the month, first of all, I didn't even think about end of the quarter. That completely blew by me. End of the quarter, that people, oh my goodness, end of the fiscal year for many companies, fiscal year ended yesterday. All this stuff just blew by me. Because I wasn't even thinking about all that. I wasn't even thinking about yesterday, end of the month, end of the quarter, end of the fiscal year for almost every company. They shut down their fiscal year at the end of September yesterday. That was yesterday. Oh, la, la. Y'all see this? I won't call it foolishness because it's what it was. And then the impending government shutdown. Let's run it. Let's run it up. Run it up. So we had called credit spreads. We had called credit spreads yesterday. Some of us, we had called credit spreads and put credit spreads. So we had both. Okay, all of us in my community, I think almost everybody had both. Now, if you waited till the afternoon to get into the trade, you probably had just put credit spreads, because you see earlier in the day, this was the daytime. It just was consolidating all day long, kind of chilling, doing a nothing burger all day, doing nothing. And then when it decided to run, it ran to the upside. You talking about like coiling, consolidating, waiting to move. 66.45 has been for so many times, has been a jump, a trigger, and it jumped yesterday and kept jumping. It didn't slow down until it didn't slow down. It took a little pause at 3:30. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna take a little break, and it just kept it moving and ran right into the close. Went as high as 66.91 yesterday. I thought it was gonna blow on through 6,700. It didn't. It tried to though, and then pulled back a little bit. Right. This was yesterday. So our call credit spreads got breached yesterday. I actually took a loss yesterday because I had call credit spreads that I was stacking. As I saw one get breached, I would stack above. And then when that one started to get too close, I stacked above and took a loss yesterday. Because when I don't alert trades in my community that I don't take. I don't know about other communities, but when I alert a trade in my community, my membership, I'm in that trade. I don't alert what I don't take, right? So if I am not in it, I send a message in a different place, and my community knows that if I send it in our regular chat, I'm probably not in that. But if I put it into our trades alert channel, it's because I'm in that. So if they decide they're taking that same trade, and it's always a choice, if they decide they're taking that same trade, they know I'm riding with them. And then when I get out, I also say, I'm out. I'm leaving this one. And I had one trade actually that was in my Thinkorswim account that I forgot was over there, and it got blown through. I had 66, 80, 85. And I was watching my Robinhood account. I wasn't watching the Thinkorswim, and because I would have closed that. I forgot it. So that was a fast $1,000 max loss, even though I took in $100 for each contract. So $800 loss. But that goes along with credit spreads. It kind of goes with the territory. But I still, you already know, I still believe in in the strategy that we work in, because I know what we do is solid. I know what I do is solid, and our stop loss plan is solid. Our stop loss plan includes when your sell leg gets breached or both your legs get breached, you bounce. So it ain't based on how much money what the money goes up, but when the chart shows you it's time to go, that's when you go. And when this push right here started showing, we pushing and it's power hour. When we're pushing in power hour, it's time to go, because you might not have a chance to recover out of this, and you don't have time for it to turn back and give you enough room and yeah. So listen, that's what we're taught. I teach that, because that's what we do along the way. Tanya said, I tried. I know, baby. That's what we do in our community. I don't just call alerts. I also teach. So that way while we're fishing, you learning how to fish. I'm not just handing out fish. I'm also teaching how to fish. Right? It's one thing to call out and hand out fish, but I also want you to be able at some point in the future to be able to fish without me. All righty. So this is what SPX did yesterday. We take each day as they come. Each day as it comes. So like I said, with the government shutdown and any other event that happens, we trade what we see. So for me, I try to trade short dated, try to trade, just today. I might do a 1 DTE, just keeping in mind something for just the next day. I do have some 5 DTEs now that are going to expire on Friday in SPX, but that's about as far out as I'm going to go. I've never been a really great swing trader. Holding on to something for months has always been a problem for me, but that's just me. My mentor, TJ, is a great swing trader. He'll identify stuff months out. I can't do it. All them things you got to look at to determine the strike and is too much to consider. For me, it is. But there are people who are great at it. I'm not on that. I tried to be. I tried to learn it. I didn't lean in. Now, let me just stick with my selling strategies. This is my lane. This is my lane. All right, let's go talk about what we're doing right now for the morning. Welcome everybody. Welcome in. Let me go over here and make sure that I need to make sure that the monetization is turned on. There we go. You can't be on here and YouTube not giving you no money. Just so you know that the YouTubers don't make money necessarily, not a lot of money from the YouTube video watching. That's not necessarily where all the money is made. But if YouTube is paying money for me to be on here, I want all the pieces and the parts for what they gonna offer. Okay, I want it where they gonna offer it. All righty, so let's go back to volatility. The VIX is at 1672, which I think is a little low for where we are. So maybe when the market opens, it may pick up a bit. With the government being officially shut down, it's probably going to pick up. 1672 is where that. The U.S. is now in shutdown. What you need to know: billions of dollars in lost output are at risk after lawmakers fail to reach a spending deal. U.S. futures slide as the U.S. begins stoppage. Taiwan won't agree to 50-50 chip making deal with the U.S. I can't say I blame them there. Shutdown fallout, private economic data takes star role. Basically, all the economic data that we normally get from the government basically is on hold until we're up and running again, because that data comes from people who work for the government. Hello. There we go. Ford CEO, customers aren't interested in $75,000 EVs. No, they're not. Even though people do own those electric Ford trucks. People do own them, but they ain't 75,000. I think those Ford electric trucks is more than 75K, but people do have them. U.S. mortgage rates rise for the first time in 5 weeks. BlackRock nears $38 billion deal for big U.S. utility AES. What the shutdown data fog means for the Fed. Gold surges. Gold and silver are at all-time highs. All-time highs. How government shutdown will affect your money. If you want to read that, you can. I really would suggest, though, that when you're looking for news, that you definitely look in multiple places. Don't just get news from one source. You definitely want to get news from a source that's going to be like unbiased. And some of the bias, you have to be careful with where you get news from. And definitely watch that you don't take in too much news, because I'm telling you, taking in too much news information from too many news media outlets can just get in your head even the more, and that can just, to me, and this is for me, it can just make it worse. And when I say make it worse, it just, that's more things to think about, more things to process. I just cannot. I have enough stuff running around inside my head that I can't add too many other things that are going to be negative, they're going to be, hopeless. I can't add too much more hopelessness to the internals of my brain. So I try to keep my news ingesting to a minimum. I try to get as little bit as I get what I need, because for the basis of what we do, I need to keep abreast of what we're doing, but I don't overindulge. Okay, I've never overindulged in the news stuff, because it can be too much. It can be too much. U.S. takes a stake in a company operating one of the largest lithium mines in Nevada. Ooh, what company is that? That might sound interesting. Okay. All righty. So that's what we got on Yahoo Finance. Let's go look at CNBC, maybe. There we go. CNBC, all the futures are red this morning. Dow futures down 117, S&P down 26, NASDAQ down 117 as well. Oil and 10-year bonds both red. Biggest pre-market move, Lithium Americas. That, I think I just talked about that. AES, Sunrun, Peloton, Nike, and more. Nike has earnings coming up. I thought Peloton was gone, but it says, I'm still holding on. Peloton's still holding on. Government shutdown updates, funding ends after Trump. GOP, Democrats failed to cut the deal, okay? Oh, stock futures fall. Gold hits a fresh all-time high. Watermelon sugar high. Government shutdown dents risk appetite. Bitcoin rises as investors seek a global safe haven amid the shutdown. Okay, Peloton revamps equipment, yada, yada. Okay, let's go see what other countries got going in our pre-market. Let's go see Europe, all green. We all red. Europe, all green. European pharma stocks are up amid C-level shakeups and listing chatter. Asia markets are kind of mixed. They trade mixed after U.S. government shuts down. Let's see what crypto. Bitcoin is at 116,000 and some change. Ethereum 42.92, Solana 218, Dogecoin 0.24, and XRP 2.94. Bitcoin rises as investors seek a global safe haven amid shutdown. So 116,000 isn't as high as it was. It's up higher from it was yesterday, because it was like 110 a couple days ago, 112 maybe yesterday, the day before that. So it's up from there, but it's not as up as high as it was. Sometimes the little tagline here is like, not really. You just saying something to say something. All right. So today is October the 1st. I didn't talk about the date. We're starting October the 1st. Today, October the 1st. We're starting October. I got to put together my September numbers. Had a good September. Profit-wise, we did have a loss yesterday, but still in the green for the month. And I'm looking forward to a good October. I promise you, we're just going to trade every day. We're going to trade every day like it was brand new. New grace, new mercy, new trades every day. That's what we're doing every day. Just trading it as it comes. Trade it as it comes. Okay, so this morning we had non-farm employment change. ADP non-farm employment change. It's 8:52. So let me refresh and see if something pops up that wasn't there. Okay, so it's down 32,000. It was forecasted to be 52. Previous was down 33,000. Sorry. I'm trying to see what this number actually means. It was a red folder. Let's see what this actually says. Automatic data processing. This data provides an early look at employment growth, usually 2 days ahead of government released employment data, which we're probably not going to get. That is designed to mimic source change theory. We care because job creation is an important leading indicator of consumer spending, which accounts for a majority of overall economic activity. ADP analyzes payroll data from more than 25 million workers to derive employment growth. And ADP is like an employment company when they pay like a payroll company. ADP is a payroll company, right? Automatic data processing. I think ADP is a payroll company. Okay, so looks like it's down 30, jobs are down 32,000 on this. It was expected to be 52,000 in the plus, and it's 32,000 in the negative. PMI is coming out at 945. The ISM manufacturing PMI is coming out at 10. Vehicle sales, construction spending, crude oil inventories, which definitely is not yellow, is at 10:30. Barkin and Goolsby Barkin will speak at 12:15. Well, why the president ain't talking? You don't talk every other day this week. Jump your body on a mic today. All right, come up on here and talk about, maybe he's in meetings. Okay, let's do this. Stay in the meetings to arrive at some government plans to get the deal. So, okay, I'm gonna go with that. Don't come to the microphone. Stay in the meetings and get to arrive at a deal. I'm with that. Okay, that's for today. That's what's happening today. Investing.com. PMI at 9:45. I said that. PMI at 10 o'clock. Crude oil inventory. See how they got 3 stars here. And okay, that's what's happening today. Trade it as we see it. 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 Okay. Let's see what Adam had to say. Adam said, this week has been all about one level. There we go, 66.49, 66.50. That was yesterday, was that level. And if we look on our chart, I'm going to show it to y'all when I go back to the chart, because it was right there, wicking, and run. Wick, run. Wick, run. I'm going to go back to it. It's what happens when I'm not necessarily looking at the chart, but just kind of glancing, because I was teaching yesterday. Lord, the Lord is going to pull me from that classroom so I can focus on my charting and my trading. It held and trapped 6 times yesterday. My target off of this was 66.94. Shoot, it almost ran and hit that into the close. 66.91, I think I said. This Adam, I'm going to tell y'all, and we've said it before, Adam Mancini, I'm not sure what he be doing. Adam Mancini hits these numbers. He hits these, and they're numbers. They're not numbers. He hits these numbers. I need to see Adam Mancini face. Has anybody ever seen Adam Mancini in person? And if you have, please send me a picture. I just need to see what Adam Mancini looked like, though. Need to see what he looks like. What, I have a picture in my head of what Adam Mancini looks like. I need to see him. Okay. Adam Mancini is the epitome of, you don't have to see me to respect what I do. Because I don't think I've ever seen him ever like do no social media, nothing besides those Twitter posts. Nothing. He ain't never showed us a picture of his house. He ain't never showed us him going out to dinner, Adam Mancini ain't trying to be no influencer. He's out here getting this bread. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me stay on task, because I got places to go today. I need to get moving. I got to go to school and print some papers that I forgot to print yesterday while I was watching the market run crazy. I was all distracted from the job that was paying me, that does pay me. I was looking at the market go nuts. My target off of this was 66.94, which was hit into the close. It dipped overnight. We trapped 66.49 for the 7th time, giving us a monster failed break. The plan, 66.49 to 55 is support. 66.65, 66.81, 66.94 are up next, basically running back where it was. The dip, if we get below 66.49, okay? The gap between ES and SPX is 50 points. It might be 51, 52, but it's right in this area. If you're trading XSP, then the range is 664 to 670, okay? That's what we got going there with Adam. If you're watching SPX, you're trading SPX, it would behoove you, as Darren would say, it would behoove you to look at Adam's tweets or Adam's X's during the day. He trades ES. We trade SPX to watch his numbers too. He does tweet throughout the day, puts it kind of up to, kind of play-by-play stuff. He trades futures, but he does tweet along the way. All right. So you could watch him and make sure you subtract your 50 along the way today, because this gap is closing, but it's not all the way closed. If you're looking at credit spreads, we do have this list for the week that we're looking at. I've got a few of these trades running for me. I believe I'm in BABA. I'm in a Govt trade. I think I'm in Govt. I'm in Amazon. I think those may be the only ones I'm in. I'm in XSP. Yeah, I'm in those. SPX. I'm in IWM. That's not on there. Oh, my Google. Oh, no, my Google's still open. My Google is still open. I'm in Amazon, Google, and BABA. I actually don't see the XSP trade. Maybe I already closed it. Yeah, I don't see it. I have SPX for the week and BABA. IWM for the week. Those are the ones I have. Okay. All righty. Let's go look at the charts. Let's go check out some charts before I shut down the show, because I'm trying to be off here by 9:15. I did a lot of talking this morning just to cause us a little calmness as we go into today. Okay. Just know every day, trade what you see that day. And don't lose hope. This isn't the first time. The stock market, first of all, ain't going nowhere. Government shutdown or not, the stock market is not based on the government shutdown. It's based on individual companies. All right. So stock market ain't going nowhere. It's been around through all of this. But there are people who are heavily affected by the government shutdown. And we need to be mindful of that. All right. We need to be mindful that people are affected when the government shuts down. We're not insensitive to the needs of the people around us. All righty. Definitely not insensitive to that. People get, of course, will be bothered about the future outlook of their monies. All right. And we keep that in mind, because that's real deal, Holyfield. All righty. So this is SPX. I talked about that line. This is the 66.49 line right here. I got it at 66.45, but even if we bumped it up a bit to 66.50, this is a little high for it to be right here. I feel like that's a little higher than, I would want it down here better, a little further down. But the point is, this is that area where Adam was talking about. It recovers. It's been recovering each time, right in this same zone. It drop in, right in here, drop in, and go, drop in and go. Remember, the bottom line is not a concrete line. It's a trampoline. So the price can drop into here. The price can drop into here. It can drop into here and then go. That's what happens. Okay. Oh, I wanted to go back to SPX 500. Let's look at where we actually are right now. 66.61 is where we are right now. And if you look here at that line, it dropped right to it again, right here. 66.47 dropped in, off it went. Let's go look at SPY. SPY. Let's go check out what SPY is doing in the morning. Let me turn off some of these indicators so that we don't have too many things to look at this morning and make our chart too crowded this morning. There we go. A little less watching. Okay, so yesterday, SPY closed at 666.10, so right around there, and it's currently at 663.76. Okay, that's where it is currently. Okay, got a little bit of a gap down, but y'all know these markets like to recover. But again, trade what you see, please. Trade what you see, please. Please, 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 please. Trade what you see. Please trade what you see. All right. This is what I need you to do every day, not just today. I hope I was repeating some stuff to my students, and I repeated it a couple times. And I said, I know y'all hear me saying the same thing over and over and over. And one kid was like, yep. And I was like, I said, but do you know that repetition is the mother of learning? And since y'all are trying to learn, you need me to repeat it, because I hope that when you're sitting in your test, you hear me repeating these same words when you can't remember what to do next. They have a test Friday, by the way, which is why I was really focused on teaching. Y'all know I got one class where I have some traders in the class. They be in my business because they see me looking at my phone and kind of distracted it, and then they hear my alerts start going off. One kid, how long you been trading? You in my business. You in my business. I'm teaching right now. I am not trading, even though I'm is though. But it's good because when they then want to talk, trading after, I'm there. I'm here for it. I'm all about the young. I'm all about teaching and the younger generation. You want to learn some more about trading? I'm all for it. I have one guy who trades SPY and trades Tesla on a regular, in and out. So he likes to talk about that. So I'm all for it. Yes, I am. Okay, so this is IWM. IWM it closed yesterday. Get a nice little run up, which was fine with me because I had a put credit spread that needed to close yesterday. So it closed at 241.97. It is currently at 240.90. Right, we're working our 1 DTE strategy on IWM. So at this point, we've got, where we at? We've got 242 on the call credit spread side. And did my other one pick up? Oh, yeah. 242 on the call side and 240 on the put side. Long as we stay above that 240. I think we got 239 is what I alerted in our community. Yes, 239. So long as we stay above 239 and below 242, our trade is going to be good. But we close those. We don't ride till expiration, D2T crew. We don't ride till expiration. We don't fool up with that when we working with shares. We close those up. So we don't got to worry about nobody after the fact trying to assign us nothing. Nope. We buy to close. With this 1 DTE, you ain't got to worry about no day trade. We buy to close those. You don't leave them. We don't leave those on. No, we do not. All right. So IWM is currently at 240.91. Okay. I've covered that. Okay. I was talking about the membership, and here we are with that. We trade SPX each day, XSP. We trade those together. Again, we do a charting call at the end of the week, or beginning of the week, really, it's Sundays. We do alerts. I do alerts. We do training. We trade together in a community. It's really a good vibe. We all hang out together in our private Telegram group. And on Fridays, we do live trading. If you're interested in joining us for that, the link is at the bottom. It's, you can do bit.ly/E2T-membership. You can also just go to my website and sign up for the membership. Okay. E2T University is closed. I've got 30 students in there. We're going to run it. We're going to learn it. We got the next 12 weeks. We started with our charting basics the other day. Great class, very engaged class, lots of good questions, good information, and we're going to continue to run it. But enrollment is closed. We're not backing up and pulling up nobody. We're running it at this point. We're running it. All righty. So there's that. There is that. All righty. Membership, if you want to join us there, you're free to come on and join us. That stays open. E2T declaration. I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader and a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses and my account is growing steadily. I am a wise and knowledgeable trader. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I am a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. Help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to bless others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, and amen. All right. As I tell you, I've said all this call, I will say almost every time you hear me on the microphone, trade what you see, baby. Don't trade what you see, baby. Okay. We are doing two things. We're going to stay green. We're going to get this money. And one more thing we're going to do today, as we should do every day, and that is pray. You got to pray just to make it today. You better pray because there's a lot happening and there's so many things that we cannot see. And there's so many hidden forces at work that you have to pray to the one that is in control of all of this, because it's not us. It's not them. It's not you. But we do know who holds all of this in the palm of his hand. All righty. Amen. Amen. All righty, everybody. I will see you in the market. And if you're in my community, I will see you in the chat. All righty. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.